Have you seen the forbidden footage of the running demon that was suppressed for over 20 years? Because now millions are watching this and realizing that the myths of the underworld are real.
In Switzerland, it's a very particular law that you are not allowed to flush the toilet after 10 p.m. So if you go for a number 2 after 10:01, you better leave that baby in there because you cannot flush the toilet.
Watching this last footage on his camera. Now look at this. Looks like he tried to shoot the Bigfoot.
Watching history right now. This is the first glimpse of the iron beam used by the defense, and they're shooting down Hezbollah drones or missiles.
Y'all see that little black spot traveling in that little circle going towards that pink cloud or whatever that is? This some shit straight out of Harry Potter, ain't it?
Notre là, moi.
Man, grand rising to the collective. Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and stepping up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. This is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you if you're watching on TV, whatever the case is. I wish it was smooth 7. Might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. But I did have to go ahead and give a shout out to Trauma Told You. I had to give a shout out to Leo Love Gang. What up, though, with the D? I appreciate y'all. Also, happy belated to Sierra Huff. I seen your comment. Happy belated. You finally getting your shout out. Faux Pocket Walker. Also, happy belated as well. Shout out to 904 AMP 009. And shout out to Trucker T Money. I appreciate all the love, appreciate all the support. Y'all told y'all I'm gonna keep showing love back. I'm gonna keep shouting y'all out since day one. I ain't gonna stop that. But I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all know what it is, man. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
Have you seen the forbidden footage of the running demon that was suppressed for over 20 years? Because now millions are watching this and realizing that the myths of the underworld are real. A video recently surfaced from Brazil that is shattering every law of physics. It was recorded back in the year 2000, but it's only being seen by the public now. At first, it looks like a normal day on a Brazilian highway, but as the camera pans toward the grass, the atmosphere turns cold. Look closer because the footage captures a pitch-black figure sprinting past a line of cars at the speed of a supercar. And the details are terrifying because you can clearly see a jagged horn on its head and a spear in its hand. This isn't a person, and this isn't a glitch. It's a real-life demon caught in broad daylight. But here's the part that is sending a chill down everyone's spine. The biggest mystery isn't the creature itself, but the cover-up. If this was recorded in the year 2000, why was it hidden from the world for over 2 decades? Who kept this tape in the dark, and why did they finally let it out? But what do you think about origin of this video? Tell me your theory in the comments.
Shit, make me feel a little uncomfortable watching them run.
Presumed possibly dead after watching this last footage on his camera. Now look at this. Looks like he tried to shoot the Bigfoot. I don't know if he missed or he hit on the Bigfoot, got mad. And this was the last anybody has seen of this hiker with his camera found by his camping site.
Look, I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck with y'all, bro. That was about the best scene, visual, whatever we have seen of a Bigfoot attacking a human, coming at us. Anything like that, bro. That's the best we've ever... Not we, because I can't speak for you, but I can speak for myself. The best I've ever seen. Let me know y'all thoughts, bro. I gotta go ahead and say I believe that clip. How would they fake that? I don't know, man. I mean, somebody gonna say it's a costume. I don't believe so, but... Free to disagree. I respect it.
My people, what the hell is this? Caught on a lure for all my thumper shrimp buddies out there that be catching supposedly all keepers and stuff. Yeah, show the real picture. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? For my thumper shrimp lures, the gurus. Leave it in the comments. Damn, no, Eddie, don't get excited now.
That shit looks so nasty, bro.
This video was secretly smuggled out of Antarctica. That looks like a polar bear
with an alligator tail. Seriously, a polar bear with an alligator tail? Are they doing experiments down there? You never know what's going on in Antarctica, because those people don't talk. Shabadoo booshkis, shabadoo.
What? Attends. Fais gaffe. Parce que là, si tu rentres dedans, tu peux pas sortir, hein. Tu vas glisser là. Attends. Attends, j'arrive. Fais gaffe, hein. Ah, putain, bâtard. Tu m'as envoyé tout sur moi. Wesh. Putain. Attends. Vas-y, je laisse ma trotte là, moi. Ouais. Monsieur! Putain. Mec, ça se trouve, il est attends. Ça se trouve, il s'est coincé dans l'arbre ou dans la neige. Attends, il y a peut-être des en tête.
They playing stupid ass games and about to win stupid ass prizes.
Yo, I just want to know, what would y'all do in a situation like this? And this ain't AI. This somebody really driving down the road and seen what they saw. And they saw what they seen. So I want to know, what would y'all do in this situation? Because me, I would have skedaddled. Got the out that gym on Phono Grave, y'all. Shit is crazy. 2026, man.
What is going on?
I have no clue. It's a
Holy cow! Oh my god!
One of the survivors of Epstein said he'd shapeshifted into a reptilian.
These people may not actually be fully human. They may be hybrids or shape-shifting beings. And in support of this, consider this testimony from Juliet Bryant, who is a verified survivor of Epstein, where she talks about him turning into some kind of lizard or serpent.
I've seen anyone else turn into anything like that. And it happened. It was like a weird hologram, and they had like black eyes. You know, and I also saw Epstein shapeshift on the island. You know, when I was on the island, I saw Epstein like suddenly, and people have actually asked some pretty good questions recently. It wasn't like I saw him turning like the Incredible Hulk. What happened is, I was, you know, it was when I was taken in the bedroom the one time, and he had like a blanket up to here. And then I looked away and I looked at him, and suddenly it wasn't him anymore. It wasn't like I saw him turning. It was like it was him, and I looked away, and then when I looked back, it wasn't him. There was this weird creature. And then I looked away, and then I looked back, and it was him again.
Y'all remember that clip? Man, we went over that like early in the channel. Damn, y'all know what they say when them shit start coming out like that. Who is that artist? We seen that clip before, but I kind of thought it was fake, if we being honest. Who is that? Who is that artist? I really want to know. And we're not going to sit up here and act like his eyes didn't just have a whole slit in them. Some reptile shit. We not going to sit here and act like we didn't just see that, bro.
So Bill Clinton says this almost 20 years ago, but people still think it's too far out that there could be clones among us. And before anyone says that this is AI or something, you can go see this original clip on YouTube. He did indeed say this. And this was following the cloning of Dolly the sheep. Check this out.
I'm asking for a voluntary moratorium on the cloning of human beings until our Bioethics Advisory Commission and our entire nation have had a real chance to understand and debate the profound ethical implications of the latest advances. As we gain a fuller understanding of this technology, we must proceed not just with caution, but also with a conscience. By insisting that not a single taxpayer dollar supports human cloning, and by urging a moratorium on all private research in this area, we can ensure that as we move forward on this issue, we weigh the concerns of faith and family and philosophy and values, not merely of science alone.
So how sure are we that this moratorium stood the test of time, let's say? Of course, I'm unaware of any official cloning that's going on, but it is interesting that 20 years ago, he said, don't do it to humans. But let me know if you think this technology exists in the comments below, and follow for more.
Shark on me. Holy f. Holy f. Holy f.
Yeah, I'm sure he made it out of there. Thank God.
Check it out, family. Y'all see that little black spot traveling in that little circle going towards that pink cloud or whatever that is? This some shit straight out of Harry Potter, ain't it? Damn. Shit is getting crazy in 2026. Now, I don't know if this AI, CGI, whatever the case may be. I'm just presenting this to y'all, and y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about this. But I will say this. It is some stranger things going on in the Middle East, okay? And the gov they definitely swiping videos. At the same time, old videos is resurfacing on the internet. But this right here is crazy, man. Y'all ever seen some shit like this? Imagine you looking at your sky and you see this. How you gonna react? But anyway, on Phono Grave, shit is crazy.
There's no T in Skechers.
Wait, what did he just say?
There's no T in Skechers.
I always remember there being a T in Skechers. Skechers, like, it's in there. I was 10 years old. I specifically got this pair of Skechers to wear to Disneyland for comfort. And I remember there being a T. Like, I remember the T. Look, there's videos of people spelling Skechers with the T all over the place. Here's another one, Skechers with the T. Even this one, it has a T in it. I found this old Reddit forum from 8 years ago, and people are just kind of like, what the hell's going on? Because they always remember the T being there. It was always Skechers with the T to me. I can't remember it not having a T in it. Wait, is it not Skechers with the T? We're definitely gonna find like an old commercial with the T and Skechers.
Skechers, it's the S.
Okay, maybe there never was a T, because this looks familiar. But the more I look at it, the more unfamiliar it looks.
Never will be.
What you talking about, fool? Mr. T's always in sketches.
Look at how they troll us like this. Look at how they do this, just like Fruit of the Loom. You guys are trolls. Everybody deserves free Skechers. Everybody gets a free pair of Skechers just because you guys did this whole thing with this.
Nah, bro, it had a T. And I'm about to get lightweight upset because they playing with my perception like that, bro. Most Mandela effects don't bother me like that, but this one does. Nah, bro, that was a T. I literally just went to the Vacaville outlets like not too long ago. And I seen a Skechers store and I could have sworn it had a T. Nah, bro. Nah. It is like Fruit of the Loom to me. That shit don't make no sense. Hey, everybody go check y'all old Skechers boxes, shoes, all that shit, and confirm that we ain't tripping or we not losing it, and that they playing with shit. spam it up below. If y'all have any of those items below, yeah, I want to hear it. Let me know. Prove this shit wrong.
Don't forget that the CIA can take over your car's steering at any moment. Yeah, look up Vault 7. These are released CIA documents. If you own an Audi, a BMW, a Jeep, a Ford, or a Honda, your car operates on the QNX system. So be careful what you say in your car. Literally. Anyways, this is my hybrid. And yeah, luckily I don't own one of those. But it does make you think. How many people have died in weird car accidents, right?
Small country town. There's got one. 1903, this one. Why did they board up the windows? It's that room there. I want to get in that top room. See, look, like no windows. What are you doing in here? That's a urinal. That would have been a toilet, an outhouse. This is where the Freemasons would do who's and we's. Do you reckon that's a good sign? Or a bad sign? Don't know. Maybe we'll never know.
Dude, you are just never gonna let this go, are you? They went to the moon, man, no question. Just give it up already.
Absolutely not. So let me get this straight. You really believe that in 1969, when televisions were still in black and white, and folks were still using rotary phones, and most new cars sold in the United States didn't even have power windows or air conditioning, that we just strapped two cowboys into what was essentially a Coke can with a Chevy small block attached to it, and just launched them motherfuckers out into orbit on nothing more than a hope and a dream, and somehow managed to land that glorified bottle rocket safely on an uncharted lunar surface, where they then got out and played hopscotch for a few hours, and then they got right back inside that and then somehow managed to launch themselves back off the goddamn moon with no infrastructure, and then a few short weeks later, they landed safely back on Earth. You really believe that happened?
I mean, I...
Goddamn, you're a gullible son of...
He said it, I didn't.
Did you guys hear what just happened in Vancouver? And this could happen anywhere. So we're on the spinning globe here, and like game changer if you live in basically this area, a huge area. I'll show you a picture. So here's the headline, and this hasn't really been announced too hard. The mainstream hasn't even covered it yet. The government of Canada has agreed to recognize the Musqueam First Nations Aboriginal title in Metro Vancouver. So it would be this much land, which is now going to be, they're going to have title on it. So look, Government of Canada's landmark agreement recognizes them, so they get title on land. Now this happened, if you remember, like last year or 2 years ago, where a big chunk of houses in Burnaby, I believe, or Richmond, were changed over to all of a sudden, no, it's on native land, and therefore then the bank said, well, we're not going to get a mortgage on this freaking thing, and someone had been paying taxes and living there for their whole life, and all of a sudden it's not even their own land. Now I already know some of you may think like this is good, like this is right, but then do we go back to like Turkey and Armenia? Do we go back to parts of Moldova and Hungary that used to be other parts of other countries and take land back and start moving everything around? And what about, like, for example, wherever the Iroquois lands were, before it was the Iroquois, they had to kind of, fight tooth and nail to get it to be their land. Are they going to give it back to the Mohawk? Like, you know what I mean? The Musqueam only owns that, or had that land because they made sure they were defending it from other tribes. Like, you see what I'm saying? So I don't know exactly how this is going to pan out, but let me know your thoughts. Is this good or bad in the comments below, and follow for more.
Some weird laws that you've experienced traveling the world.
So I think the famous one that everyone knows about is in Singapore, you cannot chew gum. So you'll never see anyone chewing gum, or if they are, they're breaking the law. I don't know if you'd actually go to prison. Maybe it's just a fine. But yeah, no chewing gum. They're very strict in Singapore, and that's why it's a very clean country. It's a weird law. In Turkmenistan, no black dogs are allowed.
Racist.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they specified black dogs, but that's the law. Again, this is a very strange one. In Switzerland, it's a very particular law that you are not allowed to flush the toilet after 10 p.m. So if you go for a number 2 after 10:01, you better leave that baby in there because you cannot flush the toilet. So this is actually quite common, not just in Indonesia, but in other places where they have a traffic issue, is that they have to somehow stop some cars coming in. So in Jakarta, Indonesia, to stop the traffic issue, they have some days where they only allow cars with the ending number plate digit is a odd number, or some days is an even number. So it's purely luck of whether you have a odd or even number plate, and you're allowed to drive.
So like on Monday it may only be like odd numbers, and then Tuesday even.
I guess it's the only way they could think of trying to reduce the traffic, because it's terrible there.
Damn, bro, that's no offense. I thought America be having some weird. We don't really got weird laws. We let people get away with crazy shit here, as we see. But then over there, it's like they not letting you get away with not even the most basic shit. We don't have a middle or in between here. Like, yeah, that shit crazy. That's crazy though. I respect it though. Go over there, follow the laws.
Selling gum is illegal, and the punishment is up to 2 years in prison or a fine. Is this true or
Yeah,
false?
it is true. I actually disagree with that because I like gum.
Yeah, gum is not allowed in Singapore.
Oh, really? Like you
Yeah.
can't chew it?
You can't at all. Like you cannot even bring it into the country. Like I think people started sticking them on the train doors.
Oh, I see.
So like there was one time where it couldn't close.
Yeah, I mean this is something that I was warned when I first came here. Anyway, I'm not a big chewing gum fan anyway. But yeah, I mean it can cause so much of unnecessary hygiene issues. So, and I think most people can live without chewing gums.
I don't think a policeman will go up to a foreigner chewing gum and say, you just committed a crime, I'm gonna slam a fine.
The rarest videos ever taken, part 1. Here's some extremely rare footage of a deep-sea serrate octopus drifting across the ocean floor like a ghost. Its body inflates and deflates like a balloon, each pulse a mix of breath and buoyancy. These fragile creatures live miles below the surface, as every confirmed sighting is considered a major scientific event. Recorded in 1899, the little girl and her cat is believed to be the world's first cat video, filmed by British pioneer Arthur Melbourne Cooper. The short clip shows a girl playing with her cat, now colorized and speed corrected. A rare glimpse into how even over a century ago, humans couldn't resist capturing the simple joy of a cat's affection. Here's a clip showing how a laser can easily destroy the camera on your phone. Those lines are irreversible as the sensor is now permanently damaged. Lahaina Noon is a rare solar event where an entire city briefly loses its shadows, making the world look like a video game before it's fully loaded. It happens twice a year in tropical regions like Hawaii when the sun passes directly overhead at a perfect 90-degree angle, so objects, trees, buildings, and people appear eerily flat as if reality itself hasn't fully rendered yet.
What?
Day 9 of reprogramming your subconscious mind in under 30 seconds. Stop taking baths with the lights on. Take them in complete darkness. Submerging the body in salt water unlocks the higher faculties of the subconscious mind, allowing you to get any answer you want. That's why on Stranger Things, anytime they wanted an answer, they would put 11 in the salt bath with their eyes covered, telling you how the mind works. So to get clarity, turn the light off and ask the question in the Epstein salt bath. Do it tonight. Come back and comment how it went.
Great knowledge to know.
So anyone who believes that there used to be giants obviously is a bit crazy, right? Like, they're totally wrong. There's no such thing. They never existed. And we certainly have not found any bones of any giants, right? Well, this image here is actually on display in the Vatican, and it depicts the Aztecs taking down what's known as the last of the Quina Metzin giant. So there was apparently a race of giants that they would fight with often. Now, this is not in the Vatican archives. That's a different part of the Vatican where I don't think you can go. I think there's like 50 miles of tunnels underneath that thing with all kinds of things that aren't meant for the public, I guess. So get this. It was called the Codex Rios, Vatican Codex 3738. It's a 16th century colonial document in the Vatican Library depicting Aztec natives dragging the body of a giant known as Quina Metzin. And this was apparently the last one that they took down. Now, if you don't believe in that, that's fine. But here's an ancient Egypt showing giants, and then here's a normal-sized person right there. So, I mean, what do you say about this? And as for the bones, we'll talk about that in another video because officially, there are none, and we never found any. Did you guys see this World War II veteran being interviewed on British national television? And these two interviewers, I don't think they expected his answer. Many people think he is completely right. Many people think he is just old and kind of losing it. But let me know what you guys think, because this is kind of wild. The UK doesn't usually air things like this.
What does Remembrance Sunday mean for you? What is your message?
My message is, I can see in my mind's eye there were rows and rows of white stones of all the hundreds of my friends and everybody else that gave their lives for what? The country of today. No, I'm sorry. The sacrifice wasn't worth the result that it is now.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
What do you mean by that, though?
What we fought for, and what we fought for was our freedom. We find that even now it's darn sight worse than what it was when I fought for it.
I do wonder what the percentage is of citizens in the United Kingdom who are totally stoked at the way the country is going right now. Because it does seem, unless I'm in my own algorithm, that many people are displeased with it. Not only because of possible erosion of the rule of law, but also the freedom of speech restrictions, which seemingly are getting a little bit crazy over there. But I wonder what specifically he's talking about. And I'm surprised that Google actually AIs this together and says, there are warnings that the government is increasingly using delegated legislation to bypass parliamentary scrutiny, creating a slippery slope towards authoritarianism. So I don't know, but all I know is that when the people, we have the ultimate power, put it that way. And I do think the greatest days are ahead, but maybe things have to get a little bit worse before they get better. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below and follow for more.
UK, how y'all feeling? Was he on point with that?
I just want to... Is this like a quantum jump time switch, or... Looks like...
This celebrity sold her soul and now she wants it back.
I want to tell you I apologize and I'm sorry for what I'm about to say, but as far as this music stuff, I won't be doing this music stuff anymore. I started this because this was my dream, and I wanted to make sure I could get me and my kids out the hood. It's always been my passion to rap. A while ago, I had signed a contract and I didn't know nothing about the business or this game out here. And just like I'm realizing that I signed my soul. I sold my soul to the devil. I signed myself to the devil. I don't even own myself no more. I sold my soul to the devil, and I done prayed. I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. It's just like, I don't know if God can get me out of this, and it's just like to the point where I don't even know, like I can't. I just want to say I'm sorry to my fans. I know y'all love me. I know y'all believe in me, but I can't.
Shit. Man, that felt like real pain.
Look down.
My God, that's the sky.
Clouds are moving under us.
It's like another world down there.
while a lot of shit is going on, old footages is being released on the internet, such as this video here. And this is 1998 of them finding a portal. Y'all see that, right? On Phonem Grade. Shit is crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, that one kind of messed with my perception because I thought we was looking up for a second and we was looking down. That one kind of messed me up, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I forgot I was even on camera. I was like, wait. I was about to... Oh, shit. Look, bro, I was confused as shit for a second. I don't know if I was the only one.
Someone actually proved that time's going faster than it used to. Watch. So these clocks both started out at the same time. The one from today is going way faster than they used to. Watch.
I wanted to see more.
Y'all, the sky is fake and we can't leave. I know, but hear me out. Just think about it. There's been so many references in movies, Bible quotes, and ancient artifacts and paintings that tell us the sky is not real. But yet we just go on about our day like it's normal. But if the sky isn't real, it makes you question, what is this actually above us? There's so many movies showing the sky glitching. Not only that, there's plenty of videos showing it glitching in the real world. The Bible says that God separates the waters above from the waters below. Could the waters be divine? You know, the same divine waters that Sophia took the demiurge to? Speaking of the Bible, has anyone ever questioned why the Tower of Babel was knocked down? And why we all spoke one language once, and now we speak many? And why there was a fear of man becoming too strong? Fear of man gaining too much knowledge? In 1960, NASA launched Operation Fishbone. You know, the operation where they shot nuclear missiles into the sky? Even they said we can't travel past the Earth's orbit. And why is the sun and the moon out at the same time? But it could just be a thought. And TikTok, this is purely for entertainment purposes. Make sure to like and comment and let me know your thoughts.
Yeah, that's a huge...
Did they honestly think they would get away with this? Did they think you wouldn't know? I caught them. I caught their hands in the cookie jar. Do you know who this is? Comment below if you think you know, but don't cheat. While you're guessing, let me give you some hints. First of all, he ruled in 700 BCE. He stole his brother's throne. He is a fallen angel in the flesh. Or I should say, so-called fallen angel. See, this man also stole the Babylonian throne. He decimated the northern kingdom of Israel, the lost tribes. That's where it comes from. He proclaimed intent to rule the cosmos. But if you want to sit at the throne of the cosmos, whose throne are you trying to take? But when this king made this proclamation, he went to war and never returned, and his body was never found. See, in the Mesopotamian culture, an unburied king is cursed to roam the earth as a restless spirit forever. Is this starting to ring any bells or sound familiar to you? You see, this is the philosophy of order, so you have to understand what a spirit is. See, a spirit is an essence, a collection of attributes that make something what it is, a causal agent. The spirit precedes the physical, the abstract governs the material. And then you have to understand what a matrix is. You see, a matrix comes from the Latin mater, mother, womb, a medium or structure in which something develops. Essence plus womb equals physical manifestation. So yes, this man is actually a physical incarnation of Lucifer himself. He has the same collection of attributes. His name is King Sargon II. But let's go deeper, because you didn't actually think that Lucifer's actual name is Lucifer. I mean, it's Latin. It's not even Hebrew. So there's a guy called Aktar. He stole the throne from the Most High, also Yahweh, in the mythos. The failure. He sits on the throne and he finds out he's actually too small. He doesn't fit in it. It's too big for him. And then he is cast down from the throne. He falls from it into the underworld to roam the earth forever. They have the same essence, the same spirit. Rise to a illegitimate throne, fight for cosmic dominance, humiliation, fall, cursed to roam the earth forever. Astar, Lucifer, Sargon II, 3 names, 1 spirit. See, you gotta know in abstract history, material history is just the echo, the spirit is the call. You still don't believe me? Let me ask you a question. When was the first time Lucifer was mentioned in the Bible? What king was being described? Comment it below. If you want more abstract history, go get the free audiobook, World War Gods, Biography of Yahweh. It's in the link at the top of the page. I love you all.
I seen a comment I was reading earlier today. Somebody said, every time you say, "Aw shit," that's about to ruffle some feathers. That one about to ruffle some feathers, bro. That one about to ruffle feathers. That's about to piss people off, bro.
This is an opera building, okay? Who would have their opera in this stone building? This building, it says, itself cost $7.5 million in 1861. 1861, $7.5 million. It also has $10 million worth of furniture. That's what it says on the back of here. And they say, this is the best. It was founded, right here, founded on the back, founded, right? They found it, is what they did, in 1671. So you're telling me in 1671, someone built a $7.5 million building out of stone with $10 million worth of furniture. In 1671, they had this building. And then in 1875, they turned it into a theater. So 200 years later, they're like, yeah, it'll be a $7.5 million theater. And it talks about the staircases. It talks about, how everything was made out of colored marble and Corinthian columns. There was a green room for ballet, and it was for the opera. The Paris city has been reset many times, over and over and over again. And same with the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower is an atmospheric energy antenna. There used to be an orb.
Damn, every time he get on camera, he starts teaching.
So there's one, and it's on one level. And then the other one, where is it? It's right here. It's right there. Now there's a third one, but I don't see that there's a way to get to it. That's, it's right in here. So that's where we're going. So that's the route down. It's kind of steep, but I think we could make it. We're going to give it a try anyways. Just came from up there, and this doesn't, this was okay. That's going to be the toughest part. So, yeah, I mean, it's doable. I'll just have to take my time. All right, made it down. And now we're going to right over in there. So the trail doesn't look too bad. The key is to get off on the right. Now, I think you see, let's see. You see right there in front where it kind of landslides down. I think that's the area we'll take to get over there to that. So still working my way over to it. You can't see them now from the angle where we are. This is pretty cool. Big drop-offs. So I had a bit of a change of plans. I saw a one-way down, and I passed it thinking there was another one, but I don't think there is. So we're going to go to the upper ruin, which should be just ahead, and we'll take a look at it first. All right, we're moving along the cliff face here, and that's where I came down, right over there. And you can see we're right on the cliff face, but it's pretty neat. I think we're getting close to these, what we call the upper ruins. And a little bit of a drop off here, but we'll try to work our way across it. So let me turn this off so I can concentrate on the climb, and we'll turn it on the other side. I just made it across that watch, but I didn't want to go any further ahead. I want to show you guys this because it just jumped right out at me.
Some film producers, like the producers who make the film Star Wars, often show creatures in their feelings which actually exist, which even the most uneducated of Africans who knows this Chitauli can identify. For example, in the new Star Wars film, what is it called? Star Wars or something like that. There is a creature who amazes me called Darth Maul. Darth Maul is a red and black being with a ring of small horns right round his head. That is exactly what the Chitauli look like. Some have got ordinary heads without any horns on their heads. These are the lesser Chitauli. But the royal Chitauli have got a ring of sharp horns all around their heads. And the very high Chitauli, like their king, Mubava Famahongo, they have got very long horns which grow this way. Not that way like a wolf, but this way like certain antelopes. Now, I just wonder where these film producers get their information.
Where are these beings at is the next question I got.
We're watching history right now. This is the first glimpse of the iron beam used by the defense, and they're shooting down Hezbollah drones or missiles, and people don't realize how powerful defense is. I mean, first of all, they have the Iron Dome, which is debatably the best air defense system in the whole world, and now they have the complement of the Iron Beam, which instead of the Iron Dome spending tens of thousands of dollars per missile to shoot down the missiles coming at them, they can now use this beam, which is basically just electricity, so only costs a few dollars to knock down the missiles, and it travels at the speed of light. And this is the first time it's ever been used, and the footage of it is just wild.
I know how deep I've gone down rabbit holes. I'm convinced that both of the world wars were really just to erase the old world, and that there was an entire narrative scripted around who the bad guys were, who the allies are, and it was really meant to just destroy all of these beautiful cities. They took out all of the bells. If you guys haven't looked into why there would be bells in public spaces, and the healing properties and the harmonious properties that these churches and all the architecture was built in. Okay, it's sacred geometry, and it's not unrealistic that they started 2 world wars and put, at the time, our best men in every single country lined up across each other because they wanted to take out the most brave and quote-unquote prestigious men for every country, knowing that all of them would want to go to war.
I don't see why that would be a lie.
Okay, this is some of the craziest evidence that the Red Sea was parted, and I can tell you, if this evidence instead was in favor of evolution, it would be in every science textbook, but because it's evidence of the story in the Bible of Moses parting the Red Sea, we never heard of it. So the way the story goes is that the Red Sea was parted by Moses, and on either side of the Red Sea, there were pillars of fire blocking people from the other side from getting in so they could cross safely. So on both sides of the Red Sea, there was a pillar of fire. That's what was described. Did you know on either side of the Red Sea, at a certain point in it, not the whole beach, a certain part, the sand on the beach has turned to glass, which takes 3,000 degrees, and they don't really know why the beach is turned to glass there. Now, the chariot wheels and all the other stuff they found underneath the sea was crazy, but this is on a whole nother level. And this is making people feel a little uneasy, because if the Bible is true and God is real, then are you living in accordance with his will right now?
Now, you ain't got to answer that question, but just start living right if it's not.
I take my role as the Iowa investigator very seriously, so I believe it would be a dereliction of duty not to talk about the dragons that may or may not be living among us in the state of Iowa. I went into this with a healthy dose of skepticism about dragons being in Iowa, being that I've been in Iowa most of my life. I've never seen or heard about dragons. But then I thought, maybe that's on purpose, and that people are going to great lengths to keep these dragons hidden from us. I made another Iowa emoji map showing where all the dragon sightings in Iowa have happened. Most of them have been in Burlington, Iowa, which is one of the oldest cities in Iowa. There was also one in Bedford, Iowa, small town, southwest Iowa. Then we have Grand Mound. There's several sightings in Grand Mound, Iowa, and then Independence. Eyewitness descriptions of the dragons seem to vary a little bit encounter to encounter, enough to know that we're not dealing with the same individual dragon. We're dealing with several individuals. We don't know if they're related or if they're separate species. One description described them as long, snake-like bodies with 15-foot, bat-like wings. Its head was shaped like a seahorse. Seahorse-like head was consistent among several different encounters. In Grand Mound, which is this dragon sighting in eastern Iowa, Clinton County, an eyewitness who wanted to remain anonymous said, "We see dragons all the time. They normally come in for harvest when the moon is really big and red. They often take cows from my neighbor's pasture." I'm still on the fence about whether or not dragons exist in Iowa, but I was looking into plausible theories, and my main theory is that Iowa does have extensive cave networks, especially in the northeast where some of these sightings were. There's this ice cave up near Decorah, which is interesting because it's closed from time to time because they say they don't want the people to disturb bats. But if you were trying to hide dragons, you might tell people not to go in there because you'll disturb the bats. So this one has my attention a bit. There's also Makokata Caves, which is not far from Grand Mound, where there's quite a few dragon sightings. So it's plausible that the dragons may be hiding in this network of caves, and the humans just don't see them except for these rare sightings. I want to make sure people do not mix up these dragon sightings with the Van Meter Visitor, which is pictured here. He is another winged cryptid creature, but definitely separate from the dragons. I can talk about the Van Meter Visitor separately. He's very, very cool, shrouded in mystery, much like these dragons, but a distinctive, separate entity. I'm on the fence on this one. Until probably a couple days ago, I didn't even know there were rumors of dragons in Iowa, but looking into it, it seems that that could track with them being hidden from us, hidden in plain sight. So let me know what you think. Iowa dragons.
Iowa, is this true? Let me know. I'm new to this. I'm just hearing about this right now. Have you heard of this being something going on in Iowa? Dragons or that other creature, that other cryptid that he was speaking on? Let me know. I'm new to this.
I try my best to speak on all kind of topics, but at the same time, I do understand I'm on social media. You can't really use certain words or say certain things without being flagged. Never forget that they watch and listen to everything we say. If you really want to know about our social security number, who is Baal and why the elites worship these life forms we can't see, why do the devil have his own Bible, why he always have his tongue out mocking us, if you want to know about politicians, what happened to us and why is the goddess still asleep, moon worship, what is the astral world, is it more real than the physical world, if you want to speak about UFOs, where do they really come from? Is the planet really flat? Why do sick people like this control the world? How did we lose our imagination? How the elites turned our spirits into a corporation? Why do we all have birth certificates? What happened to the real family structure? This life is just a hologram. I mean, a big ass movie. But why? What is number 9? What is number 6? How did they turn the English language into the biggest curse on this planet? If we sign spiritual contracts, why we can't remember? The universe gave us a gift, and that gift was you live forever. But how did the enemy trick us to make us reincarnate? How did they erase all of our memories and make us sign fake spiritual contracts? When you ring a bell, it chases away all demonic energy. So why would they remove all the bells off our planet? I have one-on-one classes or spiritual tea meetings. If you want to discuss any of these topics or anything else.
Oh no, Iran has secret weapons deadlier than nukes. Ah! You guys know nukes don't exist, right? Well, not on any level that they want you to think they do, at least. Notice how all nuke plants are on water? Nuclear plants are almost always located near a large body of water, and when it says almost, there's one that's not in Arizona, and it still has tons and tons of water shipped to it. And you see all this scary nuclear pollution? Well, it's just steam, because nuclear power plants are just making energy from boiling water. Yes, at a fundamental level, most nuclear power plants function like enormous high-tech steam engines. They use heat from splitting atoms to boil water into steam, which then spins the turbine to generate electricity. They're giant water-boiling electricity plants. There's no nuclear energy coming from it. Well, maybe there is, but nuclear sure sounds a lot like new, clear energy. Like, clear like water. So yes, I'm telling you, nuclear bombs don't exist. I'm not even really sure atomic bombs do anymore, because have you ever seen the footage from the supposed atomic bomb testing? Now watch some of this with a discerning eye, and you tell me it's not just a little miniature town being blown up instead of a giant fake town like they say. Use a discerning eye.
This house was 6,000 feet from ground zero. Other homes that were closer were incinerated.
It's a miniature model.
Everybody.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, now cut. It's black. A big explosion. And the miniature models. This is supposedly real footage from a... Watch how this moves. No, seriously. Watch how this moves. It's just a fake miniature model that they're using to put people into a fear state so they can control their minds. Same thing going on up there today. A fallen angel named Franklin Roosevelt, aka Ryan Gosling, once said there's nothing to fear but fear itself. And for once, they weren't lying to you. Have no fear, my friends. They're trying to scare and divide us. And unfortunately, it's working. A lot of you have a lot of waking up to do. And it starts by doing this. Click.
Oh my God, y'all. I know you guys see what I'm talking about, man. I know you guys see what I'm talking about. 2026, your eyes gotta be different. See, 2020 was that time, was that threshold that if you didn't see clearly, then we know that you are an NPC and something is not adding up. But 2026, y'all, if you guys don't see it, I don't know what is this, because this right here, so these people really have been playing in our faces. Like, why didn't we see this back in the day? Why didn't we see this? I mean, look at it clearly now. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. What's that Boosie thing? Come on, man. Come on now, dog. Come on, man. And you thought it was just Dixie? Hold on. His name is like... Oh my God. Oh my God. Bro, these people have been playing in our faces. Bro, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Bro, come on. Look at the chins. Look at the chins. It's right there. My God, y'all. This agenda has been going on since the very beginning of time, man. TikTok is nothing new. But you guys can clearly see it now. When you slow down, you can clearly see it now. This world is a very, very evil place, man. These people are very, very evil people, man. Bro, the shit is here. Let's get it, man. Peace out. I don't even know what to say.
Is that a reach? Are y'all agreeing with him?
But just one thing I want to throw out here, and I want to cause a bit of mischief with the US government. I've just been somewhere in the United States where I know there is another portal. And I know the United States knows about it. And I was there just the other day. And guess what? It's got a big fence around it, lots of security signs. It's supposedly US Forest Service. But you know what? It's not. And it's supposedly ancient ruins of tribal art. And you know what? It's not. What's happening is that the United States is using the US Forest Service and claims of the protection of archaeological relics to keep secret from the public a portal on US soil. There, Megan. Of course, some mischief.
Ross, we are all very lucky that I caught you in this spicy mood you're in today.
I'm starting to think that some of these people, when you see the CIA declassifying that they did bloodline traces, and they monitored certain bloodlines for hybridization. For hybridization of what? Some of them are still alive from the old world.
And you can't, one thing about the reptilians, because they change their names every so many
They
years.
reinvent themselves.
There you go. And so you never hear about these rich who run everything, which is the reptilians. You never hear about them going on PBS and say, I want to trace back my lineage. You never hear that shit. Only poor that just don't, whatever their reasons is. But these rich, these reptilian motherfuckers, they'll never do it.
It really be genuinely pissing me the off when people just want to talk about stupid ass shit. Like motherfuckers talk about the new car they just got and all this goofy ass shit. Bitches, children being eaten in the world. You think I give a about that shit? The entirety of the United States got a whole underground tunnel system that they be getting these motherfuckers in. You think I give a about your clothes? You think I give a how much money you make? You think I give a about your car, bitch? It's children being killed and eaten.
I'm trying to figure out what is going on here. Lately, just driving in Florida, I've been feeling pressure like I'm on a damn plane. Has anybody else been experiencing that? Bro, I'm in Florida, below sea level. Why the hell when I'm driving on the 75, why do I feel like I'm hitting pressure points like I'm on a plane? Pardon my language, but something needs to be said about this. This don't make no damn sense whatsoever. I've been saying like we're literally in a cosmic video game, some type of cosmic video game. Does anybody feel like you're in some type of dream, like some underwater type dream, and you're slowly waking up from it? Like you're slowly coming up out of the water. And probably this is why a lot of people are experiencing like mucus and pressure and sinus issues and stuff like that. But this is in Florida. Why am I experiencing like this type of issue like I'm on a plane in Florida? This don't make no sense. And then fog after fog after fog after. How is there so much fog in the so-called sunshine state? This makes no sense whatsoever. Something is definitely going on. But yeah, it literally feels like I'm coming up out of the water. Does anybody else feel this? I mean, I know our whole realm is it's a water realm. We live in a water planet, right? I don't know why they call it. I don't know why it's a green planet. It's supposed to be a water planet. But the fact of the matter is anybody else experiencing this? Let me know down in the comments below, man. The shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Peace out.
See, they chemtrailing us up out here. Prayers to anybody.
Are dogs actually reincarnated people?
One reason I will never be able to own a dog is because a lot of dogs used to be people. And this is spiritual. And they're trapped for eternity now being a dog. They're going to reincarnate over and over again as a dog. They didn't know how to be a human, right? So the wrong trigger, and you're triggering a human. And this is spiritual. That is some people's punishment, being spiritually turned in to animals.
Y'all agree?
Oh, have you heard about the device that can accumulate human energy and store it and then use it for psychic purposes? You know, the one the CIA wrote about that Russia made? Oh, I'm sure you didn't, because I did not either. And I have a deep dive for you. Okay, so I'm writing a book on what I'm calling plasma intelligence, which is the fourth state of matter and how it has metaphysical properties. What I think that is the same thing they're writing about here, which is how I stumbled across this, a little deep web internet search. And I found the information very interesting. And you probably never would have stumbled upon this unless you were looking up what I am, which no one does, which is a word called bioplasma. which is what the CIA was thinking meant human energy, or what I say is the soul. So here is the CIA document. It is like 70 pages or something. They're studying here telepathy in animals and people, remote viewing, the airport technique, which is very interesting, and I'll say that for another video. And more importantly, the psychotronic generator. They also have what's called the psychotronic model of man. I think you guys might have seen some of these symbols in ancient books or teachings. Feel free to do your own deep dive here. Okay, so basically the actual generator pictures have been redacted from this, and it's definitely not this big. It was made from a man named Robert Pavlita. I cannot find information on him anywhere. And it is a small device that is capable of drawing energy from humans, capable of drawing biological energy from humans. The energy is accumulated and stored for future use. Once charged with human energy, the generators can do some of the things a psychic person can. And the individuals that it charges the human energy from don't need to be psychic themselves. That's crazy. This is so funny to me that our government looks up this stuff, because not everyone, but people will come on my page and laugh. And it's like, guys, the government's spending millions of dollars researching this stuff. Obviously, yes, for national security, but also magic's real. Okay, so what is so interesting about this? They even talk about here how this concept of human energy dates back to chi or prana. It's also been called odic force, etheric force, animal magnetism, N-force, which was Newton force, which I think is still in physics. I believe there's more information about some of these psychic discoveries and papers in this book. It's just like $45, and I don't want to pay for that. But feel free to screenshot this if this subject interests you, because this is all about the parapsychology in Russia and all these experiments. So one insane thing here is it says that it enhances plant growth. So does plasma. Look it up. I'm telling you, plasma is the same thing here. And they literally call it, by the way, bioplasma. I will show you where. Oh, they were also concerned this could be used as a weapon because it couldn't be used for good or bad. It said that it could also make people discomforted or dizzy, but it also gave off psychic effects and positive things. So once again, like plasma or this neutral force, your intention can impress things on it to make it good or bad, which is why it's definitely being hidden from the general public. Oh, here we go. According to Soviet and Czechoslovakian parapsychology, the energy is called bioplasmic or psychotronic energy. So when we talk about the generator, we can just literally call it a bioplasma generator, which is once again the human soul or human energy. This is the only image I could find on the actual declassified site that had to do with, I guess, put bioplasmic rotor here. People actually do use this, and they put like tinfoil on it, and then they put their hand on it, and if certain people who can focus can actually move the tinfoil in a vortex. They were saying that people can do this when you concentrate your energy, which is literally magic. But it's basically our brain, the electromagnetic waves are bumping up against the electrostaticness of an inorganic material, and the interaction of that causes the vortex or makes it move. I have a whole nother video about that. It's very interesting. And just type telekinesis in the comments if you want that video, because it's a deep dive as well based on these papers. So Robert Pavlita, this is the most interesting part of this video. I should have started with this. He stated that why his machine worked, and he worked on this for 30 years without the government knowing, by the way. He stated that the secret's in the form. So basically, really quick, some background. What happened was he was working on this for a long time, and then the government found out he was doing this stuff, and they kind of like took him up. You won't find anything about it basically online besides in the CIA papers. And if you do, I really want to know if you find this Robert guy. And he said that he got this idea by studying very old texts. When they asked which ones, the Czechs smiled and said, "We're sorry, we can't tell you that." The generators were not fully patented yet. I looked up a patent, by the way. That was in 1994. But I think this might have been in the 70s. But anyway, he said the secret of the generators is in their form. That is the key thing that Pavlita talked about in his studies. It is the shape that lets you accumulate this energy and turn it into whatever purposes you want. I am going to figure this out in the future. Obviously, this has to do with sacred geometry. It also had to do with the use of copper, iron, gold, steel, brass. A lot of people, by the way, that studied plasma also studied metallurgy, it's called. There is a huge link with steel and copper and these metals and plasma and how to harness them. My dog just sneezed. They also compared it to Reidenbach's idea of an otoscope or an otic force, which is an all-pervasive energy, plasma, which this is the otic force. He compared it to animal magnetism. It also had to do with the god Odin. There's literally a whole little ancient book. You could download the PDF of this for free. He talks about everything from ghosts, to crystals, to electricity. I mean, this is like plasma magic, guys. Also, I guess the patents were eventually filed in the 90s. This is one of them that directly is linked to this generator that is called bioenergy treatment. You can look it up on Google. It talks about healing people with sound and a programmable magnetic field. And then there's another one called Method of Psychotronics and Device for its implementation. I cannot find anywhere, once again, what it looked like. I just know that it was filed in the 90s. This is another thing that's kind of, I think, inspired by all this stuff. It was an orgone accumulator. This is what it looked like. And this had to do with accumulating this energy as well, which I call plasma. They call it ether. Oh, and with this patent, they were saying that they could heal, human organs, treat injuries. There's no money in this, right? Sorry, medical field does not like this. Bye-bye. Bye-bye bioplasma machine. Okay, so this is like the most interesting thing I came across. So when they were talking about verifying his testings, obviously this had to do with geometry. Albert Einstein even stated the next breakthrough in physics would be in geometry. Once again, Pavlidis stated that the secret's in the form to harvest this energy. Harness, not harvest. And this new geometry is hidden in 3D for the machine. This is all I could find on the machine. The geometry would be of interest to those interested in New Age subjects like Kabbalah, Tarot, or I Ching. Besides showing how the limits of 12 quarks and the limits of 230, 232 crystal symmetry limits were derived, this new geometry shows, again, hidden in 3D, the source of these subjects as well. I have no idea what this part means. He stated the secret is a new way of looking at geometry. The key to geometry is the relationship of equal-sized balls, lines, and points, therefore spheres becoming an impossibility in geometry itself. It is fundamentally 3D geometry. It differs in some respects to sphere packing. Understand that what you see with your eyes creates a flat picture. In order to go forward, you must construct a model. And then it kind of tells you like how to construct some model so you'll understand what the heck they're talking about. I don't have time to do that right now. They also related to the Star of David, which if we go back, I think it has something to do with this. Feel free to screenshot and read this yourself because I'm running out of time, but they talk about the Taurus representing the reality you wake up to each morning. The central ball is the central reality. So the Taurus ball, you sense the other balls as energy or emotion. What science defines as force relates to the four balls that are adjacent. Science measures these balls as gravity, electromagnetism, strong and weak. In reality, and as it relates to the Taurus, there are 11 other forces. But these four are disguised by them. Then it kind of makes fun of scientists. Honestly, I don't really know what they're saying here. All I know is that the word Taurus is also Taurus, which has to do with literal plasma and how they harness plasma in fusion. I think there's a correlation here. Main thing is there was a machine that harvested human energy. Sorry, harnessed. And we can make it again. Woo!
And I think we all kind of figured that this machine was out there somewhere. We just may not have put it all together, but I think we all had that thought process of either knowing without explaining all of it, you know what I mean? Or we had the idea. I don't think none of us was in denial that shit was possible or already made or in the making. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Y'all know we made it to the end of this, and if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7, and this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you if you're watching your TV, whatever the case is. I wish it was smooth 7. I love y'all, Collective. Talk to everybody in the next one. Y'all know what it is. We gone.
Ay, yeah, I just check my count. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know